Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we re-diving into a classic that has touched the hearts of both children and adults for generations. Maurice Sendak's Where the Wild Things Are. This isn't just a simple children's story. It's a profound journey into the wild landscape of a child's emotions, the power of imagination, and the comforting pull of home. So, grab your wolf suit, and let's sail off to where the wild things are. Our story begins with a boy named Max. Dressed in his iconic wolf suit, Max is feeling mischievous. Or, as the book puts it, he's making mischief of one kind and another. He chases the dog with a fork. He hammers a nail into the wall for his 40s, a little whirlwind of chaotic energy. When his mother calls him a wild thing, Max retorts, "I'll eat you up." This classic, defiant line earns him a trip to his room without any supper. Alone in his room, Max is stewing in a potent mix of anger, frustration, and defiance. This is a feeling we've all experienced, that sense of being misunderstood and unfairly punished. And it's here, in this emotional crucible, that the magic begins. Max's room doesn't just stay a room, it starts to change. A forest begins to grow. The walls become the world all around, and vines hang from the ceiling. An entire ocean tumbles by with a private boat just for Max. He doesn't hesitate. Max steps into the boat and sails off, leaving his anger and his empty stomach behind. He sails through night and day, in and out of weeks, and almost over a year, to a very special place, where the wild things are. When Max lands on the island, he's greeted by monstrous creatures with terrible roars, gnashing their terrible teeth and rolling their terrible eyes. They are the physical embodiment of overwhelming, scary feelings. They are big, they are loud, and they are intimidating. They look like they could swallow a little boy in a wolf suit whole. A lesser person might run, might cry, might hide. But not Max. Instead of being afraid, Max does something extraordinary. He stares them down. He performs what the book calls a magic trick of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once. The wild things, who are used to being the scariest things around, are completely taken aback. They are tamed. They see Max not as a small boy, but as the most wild thing of all. And what do you do when you meet the most wild thing of all? You make him king. So, Max is crowned king of all wild things. With a wave of his hand, he commands, "Let the wild rumpus start." What follows is one of the most famous sequences in children's literature, a silent, 3-page spread of pure, unadulterated joy and chaos. Max and the wild things howl at the moon, they hang from the trees, they march in a parade. It's a glorious, cathartic release of all that pent-up energy and emotion. Max is in control. He is the master of his own wildness and the wildness of others. For a moment, it seems like he has found his perfect world, a place where his wild side is not just accepted, but celebrated. But even in the midst of the greatest party imaginable, a new feeling starts to creep in. It's loneliness. Max the king suddenly stops the rumpus and sends the wild things to bed without their supper, echoing his own punishment. He's the king, he has all the power. But he feels an ache for something more. He smells something good to eat, something from far away across the world. He starts to feel a deep longing to be somewhere else, somewhere he is loved, best of all. This is the turning point of the story. Max has conquered the wild things. He has explored his anger and frustration, but now he's ready to go home. he decides to give up being king. The wild things are devastated. "Oh, please don't go, we'll eat you up, we love you so," they cry. It's a fascinating line. They love him so much they could eat him up, the very words Max threw at his mother. But their love is a possessive, consuming kind of love. It's not the nurturing love he truly craves. Max steps back into his private boat and waves goodbye. He sails back, out of the land of the wild things, back over the year, in and out of the weeks, and through the day, right back into the night of his very own room. And what does he find there? His supper, waiting for him. And it was still hot. This ending is simple, but incredibly powerful. Max's journey into his imagination was a necessary one. It allowed him to confront his big, scary feelings, his wild things, and not just confront them, but tame them. He became their king. He processed his anger in a safe, imaginative space. But the adventure also taught him something crucial. As wonderful as it is to be king of the wild things, there is nothing more comforting than returning home to the quiet, unconditional love of family. The hot supper is a symbol of that love. It tells Max that even though his mother was angry, even though she punished him, she still loves him. She still took care of him. It's a message of forgiveness and reassurance. The wild rumpus was exciting, but the quiet warmth of home is where he truly belongs. So, what can we take away from this incredible story? Where the wild things are teaches us that anger and frustration are normal parts of being human. It shows us that imagination is a powerful tool for understanding and managing those emotions. We all have our own wild things inside of us, and sometimes we need to let them out for a wild rumpus. But the story also reminds us that after the rumpus is over, the journey home is just as important. The love, safety, and forgiveness we find there are the anchors that keep us steady. It's a timeless lesson. Embrace your wild side, but always remember the way back to those who love you best of all. What do you think? Did you love this book as a kid? What did the wild things represent to you? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content. See you next time.